So many powerful people that are on those lists. There's so many powerful people that went and partied. Air quotes, partied. And how many of them went to the Diddy parties? Have you been paying attention to the trial?
Right here, and told y'all there was activity on the dark net. Videos were being distributed and were going to be sold for profit because the diddler needs the money. Did I not say that? Okay. Right here.
Joe Rogan just broke down why certain celebrities suddenly went completely silent when it was time to speak up about Diddy, and according to him, it's not random at all. Fear is straight up self-preservation, plain and simple. Too many powerful names are tangled in the same circles, and opening their mouths could expose more than they're ready to handle. Joe isn't even the first one sounding the alarm either. 50 Cent has been hinting at this from the very beginning, making it clear he's one of the few not scared to talk while everyone else stays locked up tight. That silence? It might be louder than any testimony ever given. And if you've been listening closely to the low, steady buzz coming out of Hollywood lately, none of this should shock you at all. For months now, things have been quiet, but not calm. People keep whispering about unreleased footage allegedly floating around behind the scenes, and that alone has folks moving real cautious. Not just random party clips either. We're talking about alleged recordings tied to shady deals, reckless behavior, and behind closed doors moments that could wreck entire careers. Big careers too, real household names. And the word going around is that all these tapes trace back to one place only: Diddy's world. These weren't just nights of music and champagne like people want to believe. According to longtime industry whispers, these were spaces where boundaries got blurry, rules faded out, and cameras were allegedly still rolling when nobody thought they were. That's the wild part. Some of the people caught up in this reportedly didn't even know they were being filmed at all. Street Talk says Diddy kept these recordings as leverage, a way to keep people in line and moving how he wanted. That's where Joe Rogan's take really hits different. This was never about loyalty or friendship, it was about leverage. Staying quiet wasn't support, it was survival.
Tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
Yes.
the shopping thing is
Yes,
new.
there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals.
And when you line that up with what 50 Cent, Jaguar Wright, and Gene Deal have all hinted at for years, the picture gets real ugly real fast. Because if those recordings actually exist, testifying wouldn't be brave, it would be career-ending. And when you start looking at who never spoke up, that silence gets real loud. Now it's all starting to click. The first name circling heavy is Stevie J. This wasn't just some random associate. Stevie is straight bad boy DNA. He was there during the golden era, producing hits, sitting in rooms where real power moves were made. When the feds raided Diddy's properties, Stevie didn't back away at all. He doubled down, jumped on interviews, and publicly defended Diddy, calling him family without hesitation. That level of loyalty had people raising eyebrows fast. According to Law Lyle Rod's lawsuit, Stevie allegedly wasn't just nearby, he was active. Claims suggest he helped line up escorts for late-night events, handling the logistics while Diddy stayed insulated from the mess. There are even whispers about leaked clips allegedly showing Stevie involved in explicit behavior at the same gatherings now under federal scrutiny.
You ask questions like, were their decisions colored by certain things, and who got the benefit of the doubt, in that courtroom?
Do you think that hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
No. Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as hip hop is fine with his behaviors.
And you just sit there and go,
Yeah, well, not only that, how about the fact that this guy was running this for decades? He was doing this for decades to who knows how many people, and everybody was scared to talk about it because he'd have them killed. Yeah, it's really wild, man.
Yet Stevie stays loud, confident, almost way too comfortable. And that's why people are asking, is that confidence or is it fear dressed up as loyalty? Another name that keeps popping up is Cuba Gooding Jr. Cuba and Diddy have been seen together for years, smiling at events, yacht trips, industry vacations, living it up. But things shifted fast when Lil Rod's lawsuit dropped. Suddenly, Cuba's name wasn't just casually floating anymore, and folks started looking at those old connections real different. This part didn't come from rumors, it showed up in legal paperwork. According to the complaint, Diddy allegedly introduced Lil Rod to Cuba Gooding Jr. during a yacht trip in the Virgin Islands. What followed, Rod claims, crossed serious lines, including unwanted contact, repeated advances, and ignored boundaries. Cuba has denied every allegation, saying he woke up to a headline he never imagined being attached to his name. But the public reaction wasn't sympathy, it was suspicion. Especially after Cuba publicly sent prayers and support to Diddy right before sentencing. At a time when most people were creating distance, Cuba leaned in, and in the court of public opinion, that kind of timing doesn't feel random at all. Then there's Usher, and his story hits different. It's documented that Usher lived with Diddy as a teenager, not rumors, real history. Over the years, Usher has spoken carefully about that period, saying what he witnessed made him uncomfortable and raised questions. It gets heavier when he's hinted he would never allow his own children to experience what he went through. That statement alone made a lot of people pause and look back at everything sideways. At the time, those comments sounded vague and easy to brush off. Now they hit more like regret. When you stack them next to other allegations and then bring Justin Bieber into the conversation, a troubling pattern starts to stand out. Justin was only 13 years old when he entered Diddy's professional orbit, and that part is documented. Old footage shows Diddy joking about spending 48 hours with him, saying certain details couldn't be talked about. Back then, people laughed it off as industry humor. Looking back now, that clip feels unsettling, especially through today's lens.
You fully escaped it though, like your name, for example, was mentioned in the Diddy case.
Which was the most ridiculous thing ever.
Because you barely know
This is the
right?
most ridiculous thing ever. But again, welcome to being a celebrity. Welcome to my...
As Justin grew older, fans watched him struggle publicly. Emotional interviews, battles with addiction, long periods of isolation, and a quiet pullback from people connected to his early career. He's spoken openly about feeling betrayed and overwhelmed, and those words land different now. Even Justin's recent focus on protecting younger artists, including speaking up about industry pressure, feels far less random when viewed in this context. And this isn't just internet talk anymore. Public figures like Candace Owens have openly questioned what really happened to Justin behind closed doors, suggesting his clean-cut image may have been covering something much heavier. That kind of statement doesn't come out of nowhere. Jaguar Wright has taken it even further. She's accused Usher of knowing exactly what was going on at the time and choosing to stay silent anyway. Those claims have kept people talking for years, and now they're being looked at through a whole new lens. So when the Diddy trial heated up and both Usher and Justin stayed completely quiet, people noticed fast. No statements, no distancing, no explanations. To many, that silence felt like confirmation that something real went down behind the scenes. Next name spinning into the conversation is Brashear Gray from Empire. Fans remember him as a breakout star, but his downfall was sudden, messy, and brutal. Arrests, mental health struggles, and a total career collapse followed. According to claims from people like Terrence Howard and Jaguar Wright, Brashear was allegedly pulled into circles he wasn't prepared for. Circles tied to powerful figures, high-pressure environments, and influence that overwhelmed him fast. And once you see that pattern, it's hard to unsee it. Brashear himself has reportedly accused industry players of sabotage and psychological harm, saying he was used, controlled, and then discarded the moment he stopped being profitable. That claim alone made people look at his downfall very differently. To him, it wasn't just bad decisions, it was pressure from powerful forces behind the scenes. Now, let's talk about Naomi Campbell, because her name pops up every time Diddy and Epstein are mentioned in the same breath. Private islands, elite guest lists, NDAs, and the same dark rumors that once followed Epstein are now being whispered about Diddy's properties too. And Naomi's presence keeps coming up again and again. Some claims suggest she wasn't just attending events, but allegedly helping make introductions under the cover of modeling opportunities, career promises, and quiet agreements. Access for obedience. That's how critics describe it. Naomi has denied any wrongdoing and has said she had no knowledge of Epstein's crimes, but fans remain skeptical. They point to her deflections, her composed reactions, and how she survived major scandals without real consequences. And that's what keeps the questions alive. One user didn't hold back at all, saying her body language tells the whole story. Another straight up wrote that she's anything but innocent. And when you add in long-running rumors that she and Diddy were involved back in the early 2000s, the connection starts feeling way deeper than a casual friendship. There's even footage of Diddy flying to London with young Miami just to surprise her while celebrating her doctorate. That kind of effort doesn't scream distant associates. Then there's Jay-Z. For years, Jay and Diddy moved like twin moguls. Same parties, same circles, same elite power rooms. Jaguar Wright famously said they were inseparable, like peanut butter and jelly, until Diddy started catching serious legal pressure. That's when Jay went quiet, real quiet. He pulled back fast.
And people noticed. Jay's already sidestepped one major legal scare before, but eyes are watching closely now. Because if Diddy ever decides to speak freely, folks don't think Jay's name stays out of the conversation forever. And finally, Meek Mill. The rumors around Meek have been non-stop. Claims he was one of Diddy's favorites have followed him for years. Meek has denied it loudly, even jumping online to shut down the talk and make his stance crystal clear. But the online chatter never really died down. At one moment, Lil Rod dropped a slick hint about a Philly rapper who once dated Nicki Minaj, and nobody needed clues to figure that out. Meek's name instantly started buzzing, and the internet locked in fast. Meek jumped online with emotional posts, talking heavy about being a real king from the trenches, while blaming fake pages and bots for smearing his name. He even threw warnings at people like academics who were speaking on it, saying he was ready to go all the way if pushed. But instead of calming things down, it made folks side-eye the whole situation. People online said it didn't come off strong at all. They said it sounded more like panic than power. Then out of nowhere, clips started circulating. Meek chilling poolside with Diddy, laid back and real comfortable, way too relaxed for someone saying nothing was going on. Soon after, alleged audio leaks surfaced, with people claiming the vibe between him and Diddy sounded way too personal. The internet definitely took notes. What if that recording is real? Think about it. Suddenly, everything clicks. The silence, the panic, the fear. Just like Joe Rogan said, they're not quiet because they support Diddy. They're quiet because talking would destroy them. That line hit hard, and people felt it. Now the pressure's heavy, and nobody wants to be the first one to speak up. So now the real question is this: who's staying silent just to protect themselves, and who's next on the list to get exposed? Are these celebs victims caught in something bigger than them, accomplices playing both sides, or a messy mix of both? The internet's watching closely, and nothing stays hidden forever. And if Diddy ever talks, whose legacy collapses first? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, and let your voice be heard. Don't miss the next video on your screen either, because trust me, it only gets crazier from here.